And we're having a meeting of the Open Space Committee, and it's the 12th of October, 7 p.m. And we are being videoed. So, all right. So Katie Grace usually gives us the old minutes to review, but she's not here today, so we won't review the old minutes till the next time. So, but okay. Next, we wanted to welcome our new member, Ellen Girardi. We needed you tonight. We missed the last one that we had for you. That's right. Yeah, so as long as we get 3 people here, we're happy.
It's good to have a little more leeway now.
Yeah. We do have an alternate, Fred.
Oh, okay.
So,
Was he invited?
He is invited every time, but, if we needed him for a vote to go one way, not to go one way or the other, but just if we didn't have enough people to do it,
okay.
Yeah, I guess it would be a tie vote, so whatever, but.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, so, and now, okay, we have a new guest today, Becky Calgar. She's from the the Bay State Trail Riders Association. Are you the big wig there, or the...
Still here, no one wants it.
I know, that's the thing. I know. You're doing good, though, so you burn out, I suppose. But, so, yeah, we probably should do, your grants and, with the Greenway and everything like that, so. And you've done a great job on especially in Douglas, on the trails. Yeah, what's coming up? Is anything new coming up, or?
I'm currently working on finishing up a project in Mendon right now. So.
And the big thing is the 146 gap there, probably.
Yes. Yeah. I actually got in touch with the DCR's engineer on that, and we're hoping to get together because DCR is making thoughts towards maybe getting a bridge there, and I want to get together with him because we have a lot of things that are already done. We already have a 25% design plan and some other stuff, so we, they don't need to spend money on redoing all of that stuff.
So I have to anyway.
I figure if I get it done before I'm 99, I'm good. I have a plan.
Yeah, I've seen actually flags along 146A or whatever that show where it should cross.
Oh, really?
What is it, the Blackstone River Bikeway more. I mean, are they going to be able to, are horses going to be able to go across 146?
Yes.
It's going to be a bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
Mass DOT at one point, Mr. Frost, Arthur Frost, had proposed an at-road grade crossing. And at that time, Megan Dupree, who was the town administrator, she said she says to Arthur, she goes, so tell me, how many people have to be killed before we get a bridge in there when they're trying to cross here?
Yeah, of course.
Go Megan,
What's the situation right now? There's no bridge?
No, when they did the new, which is ages ago, when they did the new 146, they took down the old bridge, and they actually did a bridge study to replace the one over 146A, and it just never happened.
Why?
My question exactly, so. But it's a continuity gap in the.
Who's supposed to pay for that? Is it like Mass DOT, or is it Douglas, or?
It will probably be a state thing, because it is on the tip list. But that's.
Yeah, you go after a lot of grants and things for just keeping the trail up.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So you want us to help you apply for grants, or?
No, I'm actually more interested in what you guys have for projects going on here in town, and if there's a trails plan, or I was talking to this gentleman here earlier, I was having to look at the map, and off the riverbed between Martin and Monroe Street, there's a piece of property that if we had access to, you could get to all the property behind that the town owns, behind the schools in Martin Road. I was surprised at how big of a chunk of property that is right there.
I think they were talking about windmills or solar at one point.
Was that years ago?
Yeah.
Because of high school.
Really nice. You could actually, with the school system there, if you could if we could get permission from this one property owner, you could create a trail system in there, so they could come from the school, get onto the railroad bed, do whatever they want, go back. So I just didn't know if
Yeah,
you
that
guys
access
did that
is
kind of stuff.
from Monroe, from Martin Road, right after the fork?
There's a piece of property that's owned, I had just looked it up on my phone, because he said, oh, who owns it? James Zito, who actually has a house on Monroe Street, but then there's a separate, like a 17-acre parcel that, with a oddball person in the middle, which I could show you, but that abuts the town property.
Yeah. Well, I've looked at the one, there's an access to the school property from Martin Road too, which would, not the one down here, from the elementary school, but farther up, that we were looking at one time, but.
So I wasn't, that's, if you guys have a property and possible connections and a trails plan,
We have,
so.
it's conservation that has the properties, and, or there's different things that we do more of, basically if someone has their land in 61, chapter 61, which maybe you do, and then you want to sell a piece off, we need to be consulted. And we have been, our recommendations have been overthrown before. We're just a consulting agency. We found out that way. But, we knew the property was not worth it, but it was the manner in which it was presented, illegally presented to us that we wanted it to be. But, so we're talking about the railroad thing, right?
Let's see, this piece right here. See this U-shaped piece right here?
Yeah.
It butts the railroad bed, and this is all town-owned property. Well, this piece right here, I think, is owned by Mr. Zito, so he owns it, so it's actually two different pieces of property, but he owns both. But I don't know where his house is.
So this is the town.
Yeah, this is actually all town-owned up in
Do
here.
you know who owns that little U thing?
I would have to look that up, but see, this is, I don't know, I just thought it would be a nice opportunity. You could get in, make a trail system, and we can come back out on the railroad bed, it's a tie into the schools for the kids and stuff like that. I don't know what they run for cross-country or anything like that.
Yeah, I think there's little trails around like the high school with the running.
I didn't know if that was in your things that you guys do, or projects.
We don't really research the ones we don't go out and look for them, basically. We kind of just, we've sent letters out to people that say, we see that you own a lot of land and that we want you to be able to keep it, the way you want it or whatever, and try this chapter 61 or things like that, but we haven't actually gone out and made conservation land suggestions or whatever,
Or
but
easement type thing for a trail. I don't know if the broach would be amenable to, putting in a trail like on this side, hook into something over here and come back out this way, so it makes a little bit of a loop. And this must be the access off of Martin Road you're talking about too.
that's right there. So,
Yep.
but this, that's the railroad bed, so that way you can do more of a,
If somebody wanted to walk, they could do,
Right.
but it's just options.
yeah. It would open up a little more. There's so much on this side of town that this side is really kind of neglected in a
Where
lot
like
of
the
ways.
people live.
Really.
And I know the railroad bed is getting, it's amazing, since it's been improved now, the amount of usage on that railroad bed, the people I see
Yeah.
out there now, it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah. But I've never seen anybody parked at Depot Street or any of those other places where you have really good access,
I see cars there all the
Do you?
time, I'm
Good.
riding, yeah, all the time.
Great, because I've never seen any there.
Yep.
Okay.
And if Mr. Zito owns that land, I mean, what would you want to buy it off of him, or?
Perhaps?
Easement or something like that, yeah, to sit down and talk with him to see if he'd be amenable about it, and is it something that could be accomplished?
Because if he doesn't use it, or, an easement would be that's something we can research. But what we do, we're all pretty busy, so we don't do a whole lot, but we have made maps of downtown, you know, we did this once. And we should update it, but. And actually, and that's in the library and the junk store and places like that. And there's actually, Fred Fontaine's son is doing a Eagle Scout thing, and he's talking about maybe making a map of, we were gonna do one of just downtown for, you know, we wanted to get the, along the river as a park, but Jacqueline won't let go of that. We wanted Riley's little pond, but he won't let go of that. And so, just to make loops, just to put benches along the river on B Street or something would be nice, but this kid apparently is gonna maybe take this on as an Eagle Scout project.
So he's
to
gonna build benches?
No, he's gonna map out, trails, just loops in East Douglas, I think, we hope.
Okay.
So, and, you know, just things like that, or cleanups we've had before, where we've organized neighborhood
Like
cleanups.
litter pickup, that'd be good.
Yeah, and then we got to the point where we're like, we don't throw litter around, why are we picking it up?
Well, for a while, it seemed like other people were doing it too, and then, I don't know, it seemed like that kind of petered out.
I saw people on my street with a bag last week, yeah.
It's just kind of like a fun little thing, like,
Yeah, I'd do it if I didn't even time to keep track of.
Other people don't care, so it's like the people who do care have to make up for it.
And there's certain places, like, there's, you know, you get off Route 16, take a left on Cedar Street, and that's where you toss everything. There's one place that really gets them, you can have that, you got plenty. And, so,
Well, Bill kind of said that if we do a litter pickup, or river pickup, things like that, it helps with our NIPD's permit. He gets to document that in his stormwater thing. So it'd be kind of, that could be like a thing that
just
we reconsider doing,
yeah.
clean up the environment.
I like cleanups, but,
Seemed like for a couple of years, like high school kids were doing them, but I haven't heard of any in the last year or two, so. Yeah, we could pick back up on that.
I think there was the seniors that joined us actually on some of our park surveys and went around the river.
yeah. They have these,
Community service on that.
right. Yeah.
But they get the hours for it. They get to like write
you
down,
have to,
even
yeah.
like 5 year or 10 a year or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my daughter did the cemetery, half of it. So I tried to get Massimo to do that instead, but perhaps. So, but, yeah, so that's what we kind of do, this and that, but, and so any new ideas anybody wants to take on besides these two?
Lisa briefly mentioned that she was interested in working on Crystal Cave? No.
Yeah, Castle
It's called
Cave.
Castle Cave. I always say Crystal, I think, which comes from Crystal Park in Worcester.
Yeah.
Piece of property that.
What's going on with that? I don't even remember now the details.
Well, there's two exes that own it together, ex-wives.
Oh,
One was paying the taxes, one wasn't.
right. That's right.
Patty Wallace and Susan Bagdasarian.
That's right.
And so, yeah, I don't know if they've worked it out or whatever, but they, you know, and it's, and then
Where was that now?
the police department are a little worried that it's a kind of a very unsafe place.
Yeah.
It's down the end of Caswell Court or at the end of Brown Road. It's kind of in here someplace.
Okay.
Which it would be very accessible to the kids at Pond Street and stuff. Have you been there before, Becky?
I rode some of those trails a long, long time ago when Lucy Davis lived on Manchog. Off of Manchog, it's Potter
Yeah.
Road.
Yeah,
think
okay.
Potter.
Cool.
Up in there.
Yeah, I've walked there from the end of, I've walked there from Brown Road.
So these are things that the town should buy the property and use it as a park or open space?
Yeah, probably just preserve it as a, whether, you know, I mean, there are parcels of open space or conservation that, actually town-owned land by auction parcels. This is interesting. That's what this is, an auction parcel. But there's a little piece at the end of, little court in town here. Cummings Court. This is conservation, but it's landlocked, and Nina Buse gave it to the town and for classroom use and everything, but it's not like, you know, you go cut through someone's yard and get to it. Yeah. So,
It's kind of weird.
and there's different places way up here.
So the parcels get a lot bigger on that side.
Here, these guys own, and they have, like, because of the way that the properties are, they got together and there's one big open parcel of conservation. It's like a smart plan or something like that. So, but, yeah, I don't know about, so. Yep, that's a good idea to look at the properties. I mean, we all like to look at the maps and see what is open. Maybe we could get Steve Zisk to print us out a map of open.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you have a map that's printed out with the parcels colored in like this that are town-owned?
Yeah, I can, you know, and anyone can ask for that from Steve. I've got many maps. This one is, this might be conservation.
So do you want him to print open space and conservation, or one or the other?
Well, see, the open space is just privately owned land,
okay.
so, yeah.
What's already, what's protected.
Developed, I mean,
What's
yeah.
protected already. So we can see what the
Yeah,
possible linkages could
and
be.
that's sort of what this is, I guess. Town-owned land. Purple is recreation, so you got the parks and ballpark and the playing field, got another Martin Road.
The light blue is the school.
The what? Light blue? Light blue is, yep. Town-owned with buildings is the orange.
Town-owned buildings?
With buildings.
Oh, with buildings.
Yep. I'm sorry, town-owned with buildings is the copper color, and the orange is the town-owned land.
Yeah, see, this is the piece that I was looking at right here. So where are those brown? One of those wooded swamp mixed trees.
Specific.
We're going to see it.
But see, that's what I was looking at, because oh my gosh, this is all connected in here.
He's walked in here, this is owner unknown.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a few owner unknown. I'm trying to think if this piece right here is owner unknown. One of these pieces. I'm like,
How do you not know? The record's lost?
It is pretty funny.
Shouldn't it just be following
You pay taxes, I know.
yeah, so, I don't know.
And this is interesting, I'll let you know about this. But this is like the Titanic Trail. You can see the relief of it, or not the relief, but just the ownership of it.
Yeah, we're able to see that. Being able to make a loop somehow or other to tie in.
Yeah. Yeah, it becomes obvious that it's there when you start walking along here. Yeah.
I used to ride part of it on Peter Coppola's property.
The green is Douglas Conservation, that's conservation.
Oh, the dark green is?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, we should have like street names or something. Why didn't you say?
Yeah.
These guys recognize it all.
I'm like,
This, I get this. I don't know how you get to that. That's on my list. I know that.
you know how to get to it?
Well, if you want to walk on that property, and it says, no trespassing.
So where is
French
that?
property.
But it's conservation land?
Yep. That's at the end of Southwest, just before you go to Oxbridge, and then it's Route 7. Yeah.
So you have friends who okay, so you know this property is there, but to actually like have it surveyed and marked so you know exactly where the boundaries are?
The conservation should know that, yeah, it's in the deed for that. Where's this one?
Yeah, that's a big,
That's landlocked though, isn't it?
no, it isn't, it's actually access from the road.
Yep, and this is Pine Street.
Or,
Yeah, no, This is Walnut Lake Road, Walnut. This is an interesting one. Have you ever been on Winter Street?
that's Winter Street, yes. I used to ride all the way down here and cut over,
To Jane's? This is, yeah, it probably only goes to here.
no, way back when I used to actually ride all the way
It's
down.
opened up to
All the way
there.
down, come out onto some other street or something like that. Down into-
Buxton Road.
Yes, yes.
That's down here.
Yep.
So this is Walnut to Pine. Yeah, so this is some Pine Street Walnut. So, yep, there's, what was purple again? Purple is recreation. You see that from your angle? Yep, there's not a whole lot of conservation land.
That surprises me that there's gonna be,
Yeah.
it's a state-owned, I
Yeah,
guess.
and this is 2012, so, but probably not much has happened in the past 5 years. We've been lucky that there hasn't been a lot of development too.
I know Carrie told me some property that the state bought on Southwest Maine. Which is probably not on here.
Oh, okay, Southwest,
You know this one?
yeah, that's Southwest Maine, yeah.
So I don't think it's, well, let's look at this piece of property, because this one here, I think, is a guy that sits way back. So
Yep.
this piece of property right here, they now own, the state now
Okay.
owns.
And this is probably the guy that collects the rocks. Rocky.
But, yeah, so it's
Cleared the whole land, there's giant piles of rocks. Yeah. So, yeah, they're really putting a lot of trails through, the bike guys are really blasting trails through the woods all around.
all the mountain bike guys. Yeah, they're causing some issues.
Are they? Yeah.
Swears in the state.
Oh, you like dirt bikes? Those
No,
kind of bikes?
right, the pedal bikes. Yeah.
Oh.
Mountain
Yeah.
bikes.
But they're extreme mountain bikes, and they're just, they're making these, and they're making the trails go like this. It's, and I'm like, am I going, you know, I'm like totally confused, because there's a trail there, and there's a trail there.
Yep, they like twisty, windy, turny.
So that, yeah.
Rocks, they like
Right.
rocks.
And
They like technical.
Yeah, but by doing that, they eliminate any dirt bikes as well. So they can, you know, by doing it that way, it's good. That's true. So, yeah, you've got issues with them,
Well, mountain bikes, I don't personally don't know. But the railroad watershed, that's another whole, I know a lot of
Yeah.
people in the state, that's a whole different issue right now, so.
All right, so, take a few things around, you know, it's a little late for a cleanup at this time of year, but maybe in the spring we can do something around Earth Day, or, you
So
know.
do we have to get, like permission for that, or?
What we've done in the past is we've coordinated the dump with everything so that we can leave the bags places, and the highway department will come along and pick them up, and they'll even tell us what day is a good one to do, because what they're dumping, the bins at the dump and stuff like that, so.
And then can we just advertise to everybody or try and get?
Yeah, I mean, the
kids,
schools, yeah, I want to get rid of some of your hours. And, you know, and then ask people, I guess, what neighborhoods that seem to be like the big pickups, but I don't really see it that much anymore. I mean, I guess we've done walks along Route 16.
People stop littering?
Not on Glen Street.
Yeah.
From my house up to the railroad bed.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
So lots
It's
of people
awful. On
stop.
West Street, it's awful.
Yeah.
Southwest or southeast, one of them. Both of them probably.
If you go on the Dynamic Douglas Facebook page, people are always,
Well, see, that's the way
Talking about-
to access
Yeah.
these people sometimes. So cleanups, yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, that's what we can advertise.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, it seems to be how most people get news.
It's the best place to get, find a lost dog.
Yes, or chickens,
Facebook.
or, you know.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move to the spring for that. And, we can look at the Zito and the different things and see if Lisa wants to work on Castle Cave, she can go for it. And I'll find out how to get onto the French property, if we can. You're welcome to keep this for a while if you want to, Becky. Play with it.
I'm just trying to figure out something while I was riding yesterday that I don't know where to find it.
She's
on here.
retired now.
Yeah, I know.
Who's retired?
I am.
You're retired? Yeah. Good for you.
She just started. I'm retired.
Yeah, I'll have to. Can I borrow this
Free time, absolutely.
Okay. I'll get a new print-up one, but,
This is old, so yeah, have fun. You can keep it. I'll get another one from Steve.
Is this his initials? Did he plot this or something?
You can, Steve Zisk is the conservation agent, and you can just go in and say, okay, I want something with this, and maybe a little bit of this, or one touch of that.
Wow.
I don't know how often he comes in now. He's part-time, I think. But, cool. Yeah, this was, I had to fold it up because I was going to do a map of downtown, but maybe I don't.
his name's Steve.
Yeah. So this is from, this is an old one that they had in Douglas, and it'd be neat to combine kind of like the various ones of Laytonsville.
This isn't all Douglas, is it? The whole...
Yep. This, well, I think, I don't know. Yeah, but that used to be there.
Joseph and Oliver Hunt built a blacksmith shop in East Douglas.
It's like when you take the, the bridge to the, what is it, what street is it? The New Bank, Mechanic Street, the way it turns there, it's because it went through a building, it wasn't intended
Oh, great.
to be a street. Yeah, there was all just factories there, and the ball field was a pond, so.
Really? Wow.
It's funny, my mom was just there and we drove down there and she was like, what is this wrong with this? I'm like, I think there were factories. but I don't know." That's neat.
So who did that? Blackstone.
Heritage Quarter? Yeah.
National Heritage Quarter, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but always have
Each village,
No.
yes.
Yep.
Must have been after they came up with the
Right, so maybe we could pull in, I know the library's doing a lot of historical, cataloging a lot of historical material, and Betsy's youngest one's doing a lot of research. It'd be cool to pull them in to do something with, history and trails and maps downtown.
All right, any new business? Well, we can just proceed and have a meeting whenever we, usually if there's something that comes up, we definitely have to have a meeting. But then, we try to have one 2-3 times a
Well, if we're doing a spring cleanup, we should have a meeting before the spring.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So we'll do that.
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have maybe, if we don't get to one again this year, we'll get to one in the beginning.
Beginning of the year,
Right.
yeah.
After the madness of the new year.
Okay.
The madness of the old year.
So
Madness
Just continues.
So basically, the actions you want to take away from this is Lisa's supposed to check in Castle Cave, and then you were going to check a French property.
Yep.
And then we wanted to research Mr. Zito's property to see if he wants to do an easement.
Yep, perfect. And
Okay.
do you know how to spell Zito, Z-E-T-O?
I think it's Z-I-T-O.
Z-I-T-O, okay. It's close enough.
Yep.
All right, yep. And we'll think about cleanup in about February or something like that.
So could I get, like, kept in the loop with
Absolutely.
Mr. Zito on the trails ends of things? I could be a trails component person here.
Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, yeah, definitely. All right. Sounds good. All right, I will end the meeting at 25:08. I make a motion. Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's our cheat sheet. I make a motion to end the meeting. Is anybody else to agree with that? Second. Okay.
All those in favor?
All right. Okay.